The New York Knicks are one game away from securing their first NBA championship in 53 years. I've been a fan of basketball practically my whole life. I've been an active follower since 2002, like right after the Jordan years. And Riq, you've been a fan of basketball for how long, man?
Ooh, late '90s at least.
Okay.
Because my dad always wanted to put me onto his teams, unfortunately, and so my first jersey was literally the Patrick Ewing home jersey from
hmm
back in the day. So I mean, probably the tail end of the Jordan three-peat was like the peak of where I started really watching basketball like that.
Okay. Well, more or less about the same. So we in our lifespans, not only just like on this planet, but as a basketball fan viewing, I don't think we've ever been this. We've scratched that. We've never been this close to see a New York Knicks team win a championship, let alone get to the NBA Finals. We're one game away. As a Knicks fan, how are you feeling? Like, I know you're excited, but you gotta be like shitting bricks right now, too, man.
I'm I'm in belief and disbelief because it's like you get the when someone has gotten you convinced for a majority of your life that something is just not meant to happen, and then you finally see it. Like it's like it hasn't. We're not done. We're not finished.
Mhm.
But you like at the 1 yard line at this point,
Right.
and just right getting ready to cross over. It's like, oh my good. So like it just the belief is there now. Like I'm starting to see it. But
Yeah.
it's like because of the way they're playing. I don't think
Right.
I've seen the Knicks play like this before, and I think that's kind of what's got everybody so energized about it because it's like this style that they've been playing, and like the mentality, the culture that's there. It's like
Yeah.
we haven't seen this before, and I think that's
No.
really what's doing it.
Yeah, we've never seen a Knicks team like this. Will they pull it off? How many games will it take them to get there? Could there be a comeback? We'll talk about it in a moment. Welcome everyone to the 606. I'm your host, Esias Vince. And if this is your first time, welcome in. Welcome to the 606. If you're coming back, welcome back to the 606. I didn't come alone. We're here joined by some royalty in the wrestling podcast game. We have 1/3 of Young Kings Wrestling, Young King Riq Havok. How's it going, my man? How are you doing? Thank you for joining me today.
What's up, man? It's been a minute. Y'all can upgrade. I like this intro. Like we
Thank
uh
you.
we we really turned this thing out. Okay. I
Listen,
like it. I like the
li-
vibes.
listen. We've been putting pennies away in the piggy bank jar, and eventually we were able to like fork over a couple cents,
I
you
dig
know.
it. I dig it.
But yeah, Riq, we're here. We're gonna be talking NBA Finals 2026 edition, New York Knicks versus San Antonio Spurs. We've been trying to get some NBA Finals content for you guys. Unfortunately, life gets in the way. We're not able to do it. We weren't really sure. Are we gonna just like do a game by game thing where we're gonna do a full in summary? But given the fact that we're literally the game could be over today, we're recording this on Friday, but it's going to be dropping there at like the morning of Game 5. So by the time you're listening to this episode, the series might be over, or we could be heading over to San Antonio on Tuesday. So we'll talk about it. Before we do get started with everything, I do want to remind everybody, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the little bell notification so you know when we drop a brand new episode or go live on the live stream. Like, comment, subscribe. We're available on all audio platforms, specifically Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Kind of Took that from you guys. I was like, you know what? I should put the podcast on Amazon Music too. It's very unique. I'm like, you know what? So we're there too. So if you have Amazon,
it's another place to go.
Every single place, go everywhere. And also, we have dual citizenship. If you guys haven't been here for a minute, we are now affiliated and part of Wallop Media as well. So you can catch the episodes and the live streams not only here on the 606 channels at 606 Universe, but also at the Wallop Media channels as well. So all my Canadian brethren, what's up, eh? With that being said, let's get into it. We're going to start with Game 1 of the NBA Finals. This took place June 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Wait, actually, yeah, June 4th. I want to say it was like that would have been last week Thursday, by the time we're recording this. And I had a feeling that if the New York Knicks were going to win the NBA Finals, they had to take one of these games on the road. And they stole the first game. Riq, you're the biggest Knicks fan that I know, and probably the least problematic Knicks fan that I know as well. First off, I'd like to get your raw reactions and feels going into Game 1 before anything even happens, before the ball even tips off. How are you feeling up to this? Because we were joking about this going back and forth on Instagram. There's a certain little someone out there that was like maybe putting some juju voodoos in the favor of the New York Knicks. It didn't start that way initially. You can blame Stephen A. Smith for that.
Indeed.
Other things, but very nice, very evil. We got Danhausen uncursing the Knicks, and he might have undone the entire Knicks curse for the last 50 years, not just the recent one he put on though.
Yeah, we owe Danhausen so much damn money after this is over, honestly, especially we close it out and win this championship. I mean, so much human money is owed to Danhausen. It's not even funny because he uncursed them while they were struggling with the Hawks in that series, and that loss to San Antonio in game 3, that was the first time they had lost in I think it was 13 games straight in the postseason.
Yeah, 13 games straight in the postseason.
Yeah, so it's madness. But going into Game 1, my thing was, is the rest going to hurt or is it going to help? Mm-hmm. Because, since the curse was lifted, they went on to beat the Hawks and have 2 back-to-back sweeps. So they've been rested. They've been doing, getting their legs back under them. And San Antonio had to go through hell against OKC to get to finish that out and get it here. So I was more so thinking like, okay, we may start slow. And they did, and I think that's been the theme of the whole thing. They've been starting slow constantly. But it's like, if we can, have a strong second half, then I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that's become their theme. I'm not a fan of these slow starts, but, I'm just...
No. I can't imagine that you are. And like I mentioned, we had conversations going into this. You were like, oh man, they got to beat Cleveland, and then I was like really leaning into the curse. And then once we were getting there, you were also paying attention to the West Finals because we were in the heat of a 7-game series that was also very good between OKC and San Antonio, and you were favoring OKC. You'd rather see them in the finals because of the J-Dub injury, and I think AJ Mitchell was also down in that last Game 7 as well. So you're figuring, they're probably not going to go ahead and be the healthiest. But I was kind of like, honestly, you have Shea. I'm very worried about Shea. Either he's going to get a bucket or he's going to get bailed out with a whistle. That's no shade on Shea. It's just like, listen, that's his game. It's just the truth. It's going to happen. And I was like, listen, this Spurs team, they're good, but I saw some flaws. Obviously, you have 3 great players in the backcourt, but you can't really play all 3 of them. That's Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox, and Stephon Cass. So all three great players, but you can't play all three of them because now you're very small. Who's going to guard who? And the Knicks, yes, they got Brunson. He's a small guard, but he's not an easy guy to stop. And then you have a bunch of wings, and then you have Karl-Anthony Towns. I kind of like the matchup. I felt like they had a hole at the front court position because Wemby played his best when he was able to just like play off the ball and just like roam on defense. When you force him to play defense the entire game, I think he's worn off a little bit. We'll talk about that in Game 4 because I thought that was very prevalent in Game 4 specifically. However, like I said, Brunson dropped 30 points. It wasn't the most efficient in his finals debut, but he did go ahead and do that. Josh Hart also secured 15 rebounds. Like he wasn't doing a lot offensively, but he was doing all the other things.
This was the Josh Hart game.
Yes, this was
every one of these wins have had somebody that was an unsung hero. This was Josh Hart. Everybody said, "Oh, he only had like 3 points." It doesn't matter. 15 boards is 15 boards, bro. Like.
Can we remember when Kobe won his last championship? He was not the scoring leader. He was doing everything else. Rebound. He was assisting. He was playmaking. He was doing all the other things in between. And I'm glad you mentioned that this was the Josh Hart game because as an NBA fan, especially in the finals, in the playoffs specifically, but in the finals more prevalently because it's the only game there and it's the biggest spotlight in basketball. I've always said that by Game 3 or 4. I kind of have a feeling of who's going to win the finals based off of the others. That's always been the thing that I've seen on broadcasts. It's all about the others, the role players, who's going to step up, which team has all the other buttons and levers they can press and pull to like pull up a different lineup, a completely different look, switch something off up offensively or defensively. And I just, as the series went along, I just felt like, San Antonio really only has like maybe 6, 7, if that, guys that they're playing consistent minutes and they can trust to leave out there. And you look at New York and the Game 4 they went 12 deep. Granted, not all of them were like great player minutes, but you have different options. So going into Game 1, me personally, I was like, as long as they get one. And I was rooting for the Knicks, obviously, because Brunson's Chicago guy, Illinois guy, got to root for him. The homie Bosch is the one that put me on to Brunson because we were watching the NBA draft. I think it was like 18 or 19 when he was drafted. And he was second round pick by the Dallas Mavericks, and he was just waiting for him. It's like, I'm just waiting for Brunson to get drafted. I just want to see him get drafted. And I was going to bounce. It was like, oh, well, all the Bulls picks were selected. We should go. It's like, no, we got to wait for Brunson. Brunson's that dude. So he was on tap with Brunson from day one before even making it to the league. So, and then my wife just loves Karl-Anthony Towns because she loves his fiance or wife. I'm not sure if he's.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, but I can't think of the name either. My wife's going to kill me about this. But so she's kind of supporting Kat. So I was like, I kind of got to go Knicks, And then
listen, I understand. We'll get into it, but take back every joke I've ever made about that man.
Listen,
I promise.
Listen, jokes aside, I feel like the only reason we were making these jokes is because we had no idea what Pride Month Cat was all about. Because he had never got into June. We've never seen him play basketball in June, so we didn't knew the big purr was waiting for Pride Month.
That might be what it is.
That might
be what it is, man.
He's moving different in June, man.
But I guess because my God. Because
the
thing is, like, you knew he was capable. If you watched him play in college, like, you knew he had this in him. But it was just like, man, there's too many times we see when it was crunch time, we wasn't getting that. But now, like you said, we got to June. He played basketball in June, and I don't know. He flipped the switch. But yeah man.
He definitely
shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout outs. And shout out to Josh Hart. Let's backtrack and go back to what you were saying. This was the Josh Hart game in Game 1. 15 boards is insane from a guy that's about like 6'4" with shoes on, if that. Because we all know they'd be exaggerating things in the NBA. We all know that. So I was going into this, and it's like, as long as they get one, you good. You good.
Yep.
You just have to steal one. And they stole the first one. And I will say they stole the first one because if I'm not mistaken, San Antonio had a very commanding lead going into the final quarter of that game. And I feel like that's been a trend for all of these games. San Antonio is able to get this lead, but they're not able to sustain it going into the finals and the final minutes of each game. And I think it just kind of goes to what I said. I don't think they have enough bodies. They go 6-7 deep. You might as well have Tom Thibodeau coaching the Spurs with that kind of rotation.
Oh.
As a Knicks, and listen, as a Knicks fan and as a Bulls fan, we both know what a Tom Thibodeau coach team rotation is gonna look like. You know, and
if Tom Thibodeau was coaching the Spurs, they wouldn't have even made it to the finals. I'm sorry, because like the way he would have burnt them boys out, the OKC series would have did them in.
Yeah,
in that 7 games.
That probably would have wrapped up in 5 or 6, to be honest. If Tibbs, like, don't get me wrong, I love Tibbs. We in Chicago,
me too.
I love Tibbs.
I maintain that what we're seeing right now doesn't happen without Tibbs taking over a couple years ago, because that's where it started. That's where you create that culture, you create that mentality in the team that they didn't have before. So I got nothing but love for Tibbs. You're too archaic. If you would just fix that one major flaw, he'd probably still be here today.
He probably there's a reason why he helped lead Boston Celtics team to their championship in 2008. He was the defensive coordinator for Doc Rivers. We both know Doc Rivers ain't gonna get you to the promised land. I give most of that to Tom Thibodeau and the fact that he wasn't making the rotations. So he was able to come up with the defensive schemes, but Doc eventually, ultimately was the one calling the shots in terms of playtime. So I thought that was a big factor. Another thing that I noticed in game 1 is that you saw not only all these guys had a lot of their NBA playoffs finals debut, but you had the rookie Dylan Harper come in off the bench game 1, unafraid of the moments. I have not seen a rookie like this go into the finals since Rondo. Like I saw Rondo in 2008 come into the finals as a rookie, and I was like, this kid looks like a 5 to 10 year veteran, unafraid of the moment. And that's what Dylan Harper was. And my biggest takeaway is that they were leading and playing well when Dylan Harper was there on the court. They took him out, put in Fox back in, then they weren't able to get their flow offensively. And ultimately, that comes back to bite them because they didn't put back Dylan Harper. And that was my main thing. It's like Dylan Harper is probably your best offensive perimeter player at the moment. So,
and it wouldn't be the last time they made mistakes like that. Like Mitch Johnson, he's going to learn from this. His whole team is going to learn from this.
Oh, yeah. It's a learning
you could tell, like, this would have been if Pop was coaching, this would have been a whole different series, and that frightens me. But it may serve to our advantage as well.
Yeah. But also shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. He also played well in game 1. And just was the best player on both sides.
Yes.
I thought like between the Spurs and the Knicks, I thought he was the best player on the court the first 2 games, I think. Something about that last series in the Western Conference Finals, I think you watched the way that Chet Holmgren didn't pull up on Wemby and make sure that he felt your presence. And Cat just he had to be watching the film like, we see y'all in the finals. You catching his work. And that's exactly the energy he came in here with. I'm like, man. And this is again where I said, like, yo, I haven't seen this from Cat in a major game. So, like, I'm here for this. This is wonderful. Cue the Shaq. I apologize. I wasn't familiar
with
it.
I was not familiar.
I was not familiar with this version of your game, man. All right.
Craziness.
We move on to game 2 now. We have game 2 in San Antonio. And what's crazy about this one is that I would argue that the Knicks stole this one more than they stole game 1.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
The big takeaway from game 2 is obviously the turnover that Victor Wembanyama had at the end. You know, it was a dramatic single point nail biter. it left San Antonio down 2-0. Big shocker. New York takes it there. He played well. Wemby did. He had 29 points. He was protecting the rim. He did everything he could do to keep San Antonio alive. At this point, he's still the main defender on Cats. I think after this game, they slowly started drifting away from having Wemby primarily guard Cat, and then just have like a rotation of Cats take turns on Cat, which I think is smart, you know. But again, Karl-Anthony Towns, it had 13 rebounds, checking Wemby in crunch time too, having crucial stops. I believe that was the game where he had that block. I can't remember who drove to the basket, and then Cat just went in there and just beat that.
Yeah. He was this. I think this was the Cat game. I think this was his.
I think this might have been the Cat game.
He was really taking over.
he definitely was. And then, like I mentioned, at the end there, the Spurs are up. With Victor Wembanyama throws the ball upwards to Stephon Castle. However, to Stephon Castle's back, doesn't get it. Brunson goes ahead, picks it up, gets fouled, goes back the other way, and the Knicks don't look back. Now we're in a situation where it's 2-0, Knicks on top, going back at the Garden for game 3 and 4. Best case scenario, they wrap this up in 4. And you can really see that Victor Wembanyama just kind of looked like, me personally, the way I interpret it was like, oh shit, get the ball out of my hands. Get the ball out of my hands here. Like, I don't want to make a mistake. He was so focused on not making a crucial mistake that he made a mistake. What were your takes on game 2, Riq?
So, I believe, was this the game that Brunson went down with the ankle?
Yes,
for
it
a
is.
minute?
He went down. He went down for a minute, and then I think Wemby also went down for like half a second too.
Yeah, I walked away and almost stayed in the dark room for the remainder of the game because I'm like, yo, that would just be luck for this Knicks team that the lightning rod, the heartbeat of this team, would go down. But then I seen them come back and get on the bench. I was like, oh, okay, I see Riq sitting right next to him, talking to him like, oh, I think we going back. Oh man, it still came away with 30 points. So listen, in Jalen we trust always. But yeah, this was another one that just like, you know, starting off slow, you constantly playing from behind, and it's like, man, if y'all can just get away, I get it. You know, the road games are always going to be tougher, but man, y'all just, if this is any other team, I know they've been here before, and that, I think that's what's helping them. It's like the deficits aren't bothering them, and we gonna get to that. Oh, but yeah, man, it's just like, damn, if y'all can just get that fast start going at some point, y'all be so much better. I think the thing about Wemby, and listen, I hope they don't fix this, obviously, because you know I have agendas, but
they can fix it for next season.
Work on that in listen, bro. The league belongs to this team after this finals. That's why I'm like, let's get this championship while we can, because I don't think there's going to be another chance for a while.
That's actually what I was thinking as well.
Yeah, but it's like, hopefully they don't change, but they do have to manage this kid better, because out of a 48-minute game, Wemby played 40 of those minutes. You can't do that with this kid. Like, I get it, he's young, you know what I'm saying, and obviously the metrics and everything like that, he's 7'5", he's going to command the court, but bro, you have to work the minutes better for this guy, because that's part of the problem. Like, he's there in the end, and you know, like you say, he didn't want to make a mistake and stuff like that, but you don't have to worry, you don't have to flip that. It kind of like the earlier years of LeBron. It's like LeBron in crunch time wanted to defer so much, and it's like, no, you're the superstar, and you know what I'm saying, in the last 2 minutes, last minute, it's got to be you. You know what I'm saying? I get it. De'Aaron's the point guard. He should be running, you know, and we'll talk about him too. But You the guy. If you are the face of this league to in the coming years,
Right.
take it over, make it happen. Do what you got to
Yeah.
do. It's going to be on you at the end. But hey, like I said, I hope they don't make the adjustment too soon.
Because that's the thing I've also noticed is that we're expecting him to come in there and just say, "This is my league, this is my game, I'm the best player," and just kind of take over. And I don't think we've really fully seen him do that just yet.
Nope.
And that's the biggest thing. And I knew that knew that going into the series because I saw that weakness versus the Thunder. The only reason he was able to go off the games that he went off, they won. And unfortunately, they were just not like, obviously they had Isaiah Hardenstein over with the Thunder. They could really body him and make him work for it and stuff like that. But when he wasn't on the floor and you were asking Chet Holmgren, that was, what does Shaq always say? Barbecue chicken.
Yes, sir.
Barbecue chicken. And that's what the Frenchman was serving up. He was eating barbecue chicken the entire time he was playing against OKC. Unfortunately, he's not able to do that with Cat because even though a lot of people have given him that soft label, he's still physically more imposing than Victor Wembanyama. I think I just looked at them, was like, this feels like LeBron in 07. This feels like OKC in 2012. Like they're there, but they're not ready. And I saw their roster and they had flaws. And then this game, we saw a little bit more Dylan Harper, but again, it was not enough. I think had Victor Wembanyama just held the ball, or if the Spurs head coach just calls a timeout and advances the ball and they're able to that's the thing that I'm also noticing from the Spurs head coach. You don't only see the rookie inexperience from the players, you also see the inexperience from their head coach. Because he, even in game 4 is the most recent example. You got like 2 minutes left and you still got 4 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you still got 2 timeouts left. Like, and he's
stop
like,
bleeding.
He's like, you gotta stop the bleeding. And we'll unpack game 4 because I can't wait to get to game 4. So let's wrap up game 2. 2-0 going back to Madison Square Garden. Things looking great. 13 straight victories in the playoffs consecutively since they've been uncursed by Danhausen. So much so that they invite the man to Madison Square Garden. They give him his own jersey. Listen, you didn't give him the front court seats between Kylie Jenner and Timothy Chalamet or Chamalai or whatever Danhausen calls it. But on top of that, we had bigger forces at play at game 3, unfortunately.
Oh my god.
The big green, the big orange man that likes to fall asleep.
I blame the whole situation on him.
Guarantee you it's his fault, because here's the thing: as a player, you have your routines, right?
Yep.
When you go on there was not an issue on the road because guess what? He wasn't there. You have your road game routines. You're at home as a home player. You have a home game routine as well. He disrupted the flow for everyone. Stephen A. Smith, who likes to be on that side of the conversation half the time, even he was saying, I had to be here at 2 p.m. for a 7 o'clock start because of him. You know, and so many fans couldn't bring bags, couldn't bring X, Y, and Z because of all the security, all the stuff that went into play to allow this man to be there. And what? Just so James Dolan can just like this. Listen, James Dolan has been doing so good, and he said, "You know what? I don't like all this good press. Let me fuck shit up. Let me fuck shit up."
We weren't talking about you. There was a long running theme of sell the team and protesting and rioting over Dolan. We finally got to the point where we were saying, hey, you know what? Shout out to him. He finally took a step back, let the guys in charge of basketball operations do their job, construct a championship caliber team. You did good, and then we make it to the finals, and you want to say, "Oh my God, we're home for the finals." Hey, let's call him over. Let's have him come to the game. For what?
For what? For what? There was no
When the
reason.
last time he was really watching the Knicks play? Like, come on, stop it.
Exactly. Ah, man, it really did piss me off that he had to come in here and make it about himself, really. And
Yeah.
again, I blame him as to why the Spurs defeated the Knicks. It had nothing to do with the fact that two individual Spurs had 32 points in that game. That had nothing to do with it. It was the presence of one man and one man alone. But yeah, unfortunately, the Knicks do take that loss. Unfortunately for the Spurs, they give themselves some life because that's kind of what you need to do. You drop the first two games at home, and then you have to get both of these. You have to get at least one, but you crucially need to get two so you can recover home court advantage, which they had going into this series. And what I loved about this game 3 is that I believe this is the Mikal Bridges game that they kept them into the game, and it wasn't until like the very tail end that he just kind of fell off offensively. Or am I thinking of game 2? I can't recall.
No, that was game 2 because
okay,
this was. I remember this was where he pissed me off because
yes,
2 points. He had 2 points, and he's 0 for 3 from 3. Like, bro.
Okay, so the game 2 was
we don't need a lot from Bridges, but we need something.
So the game 2 was actually the Mikal Bridges game then, because he kept them afloat early on. Because I think he had only missed one shot, and that was like perfect the rest of the perfect.
Yeah, he was flowing that game.
Yeah, that game he was flowing. He fell off a little bit towards the end. That's what I'm thinking. But again, the Spurs played well. They take this victory. Great game by Victor Wembanyama. This is probably his best game was in game 3 as well. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, this was 2 games in a row where they decided, Dylan Harper should be in these closing moments to help our offense. Who would have thunk it? And on top of that, game 3 is also the game where they started to make the adjustments of having Victor Wembanyama not primarily guard Karl-Anthony Towns. They decided to go with a rotation between Devin Vassell, sometimes Julian Champagnie. You saw times Dylan Harper have runs at guarding Cat, like other guys like Luke Cornett as well took turns on him, but he was getting cooked. Like that's another thing with this series is that Luke Cornett is the guy that would give Wemby crucial minutes of rest. In the Oklahoma City Thunder series, he gave him a crucial 5 minutes to help secure that game 7 victory as well. And now you look at it and he's getting played out of this game because of Karl-Anthony Towns.
Sure was.
Yeah. So, and going into game 3, Mikal Bridges also unfortunately has been on the other side, the wrong side of history, because in the finals with the Phoenix Suns, they were up 2-0. Granted, they had won the first 2 games at home,
right?
Not taking the first 2 games on the road, but Mikal Bridges had that's the one thing I kept hearing from him and the rest of this Knicks team. Every game, it's 0-0. It's 0-0. Treating every game like it's 0-0. You need to win every single game. And he kept preaching to the guys. Granted, he may not be showing up on the court right now, but behind the scenes, he's reminding everyone, it's like, listen, I was up 2-0 and then lost 4 in a row in the finals. Yeah. It can happen. So
and that's the key thing about this too. And unfortunately, Spurs don't have that. If they would have kept Chris Paul, we might have a better, a much closer example of that. But you have guys who have been there. OG's been to the finals and won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mikal was in that final series. Like, you have guys who can settle your team down and offer that leadership in the moments that matter. Like, that's the main thing about assembling this cast together. That's why, like, now it's like, you finish this out, we're not going to be talking about Giannis no more. Like, hey, good, we got this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, for sure. So yeah, game 3 going into it, they unfortunately dropped this one, but we still feeling good, right? We still feeling good. Yeah. Like after game 3, what are your takeaways after game 3? After dropping the first game in MSG.
Yeah, I was honestly within the first 2 minutes, I had a bad feeling because he's like the way it started,
Yeah.
they just looked dysfunctional. They looked out of sorts. They looked like they were just. I don't know if like again the flow of everything they had going on was disrupted. I'm not sure what it was because the energy seemed up, and then right at tip off, you just saw mistake after mistake, and it's like okay, so this is going to be a slow starter again, but it was just not playing their game. I think like because they got so caught up in the first two games
Yeah.
off of instilling that physicality because
Hmm.
obviously with Wemby out there you got to bring that
You do.
and you got to let the young cats know that you're not going to be the toughest team on the floor. But I think after once we got to game three, it kind of seemed like okay we were leaning too much into that and
Hmm.
Spurs were just leaning back and just playing theirs and when they get you out of what you normally do
Hmm.
like that's what's going to cause a problem. So
Yeah.
it's like that's what I saw from jump. So I said this is either going to be like I'm talking like another win by the skin of your teeth
Hmm.
or we're just going to drop this one and it's like by the end of the third quarter I was like
I mean,
yeah
it wasn't completely out of reach up until like towards the end. Like they kept it close. They didn't get completely pounded. If that's what I'm saying. So like they
Mhm.
weren't completely crushed or anything like that. Stephon Castle was doing a fantastic job in this game in shutting down and
Yeah.
being aggressive with Brunson. And that's kind of like where I kind of thought about game three afterwards. I'm like, okay, what are the Knicks gonna do? What adjustment is Mike Brown gonna make? What are the players gonna do going forward? Because they're like, okay, we're gonna essentially kind of like do what they did against what the Knicks have been doing with Wemby. Force him to
Yep.
play every single minute, force him to guard every single possession, go from one side of the court to the other, keep the ball moving, make him work. And they made Brunson work in that game three. By the end of it, he wasn't himself. He wasn't really feeling it.
No.
And you can kind of tell like he was getting worn down. And shout out to Stephon Castle. Like he may not be there perfectly offensively, but he hit like crucial free throws in this game to like kind of like seal it for San Antonio and pick up that crucial victory to keep them in this series.
Oh
So,
yeah, we were letting off too many perimeter shots. Like Vassell and Champagny
mhm,
each had three threes. Like
yeah,
and Brunson was shooting too much, like 36 shots.
yeah,
No, man, because when you see that it's not the chemistry's not getting together the way it should to close this game out. It's like okay, your superstar is going to be like okay, y'all step back, let me handle this. I'm gonna do this, and it's like okay, cool, but that's not how it's supposed. That's not what this team has been doing to make them
mhm.
successful. Can't do it.
Yeah. I kind of saw that as well. Is like it just the offense, especially towards the end of the game, it went away from what they were successful with, running
Mhm.
the offense through Cat, letting Brunson like get his shots and pick his moments. However, this just felt like hero ball from Brunson,
Yep.
unfortunately. And Cat was kind of like taken out of this offensively, and so were the rest of the guys as well. So
Yeah.
tough loss for the Knicks, but crucial victory for the Spurs. Moving
Hmm.
on now, we go to game four. How are you feeling going into game four? We just saw this game two nights ago.
Yeah.
Going into it, were you confident? Like obviously you must have felt good knowing that the Orange Man wasn't going to be there in attendance this time.
Yeah. My thing was, I was more, I was a little, I felt better, but I was still nervous
Mm-hmm.
because I, the thing has been about with this Spurs team. It's like, okay, when they kind of figure out what they messed up at,
Mm-hmm.
they can start turning it around.
Right.
And they had a moment like that in OKC. It's like, oh, okay, they're gonna make this a series. They're gonna win a couple. So there was that little bit of nervousness that I'm like, I hope they didn't figure this shit out. And
Mm-hmm.
then they go in here and they win another one. But man, we started this game off, man. Woo.
Oh, it
It
was rough.
was a
It
doozy.
was it was rough because okay, it's rough when for like I know it's a rough game when my wife's the one paying attention more to the first half than I was, and I'm on my phone playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So like, because I saw it just like so it started bad because Cat got two quick fouls like within 5 minutes of the game, and then that's kind of what happened. Cat was out of the game. There was no one really there for Wemby to guard fully, and they just kind of went off. Everything was hitting, everything was clicking, nothing was going right for the Knicks. So the crazy thing here is that through like the first half, they hit a historic 14 3-pointers to construct the most like largest lead in finals history, 29 points. 27 points at half. Then they go into the third, and then they add to it 29. With I think with 9 minutes to go in the third is when they had that 29-point lead. And they start chipping away at it little by little. Little by little, and it's like I think it was like maybe like at the 5-minute mark or like close to the 5-minute mark in the third quarter where Victor Wembanyama went out, and I don't even think he was out of the game for 1 minute because they kept pushing and pushing. The Knicks kept making shots, kept chipping at the lead eventually. And it became a 15-point game with 5 minutes to go in the third.
That's when I started sitting up a little bit because I was at a point when I saw 29, I'm like, okay, all right, this is gonna be tied, and it's gonna be a dogfight series. So I was barely paying attention for a good minute because I'm like, okay, it's gonna drag out. When I saw it got to 15, I'm like we was playing 2K. Like, let me sit up for a second.
Yeah, like, everybody's been in that position in 2K where you're getting like routed by your guy, your friend, and you start just hitting a couple things. He gets into foul trouble, maybe makes some mistakes. Maybe the battery on his controller dies, or maybe he accidentally disconnects it from his PS2. You know, those 360 days. You know, if that battery went out on the 360 controller, Listen, listen, it's a thing. Like, listen, it was a struggle for sure. So we've all been there, and like it was getting to 15. In my head, I was like, just get it close to 10. Because as a Bulls fan, unfortunately, I've been in this situation where like we're getting blown out, and then like we're getting routed. And then we get into the third. I was like, all right, well, if we get it close to 10, like get it like maybe under double digits, we have a chance because now you have the whole fourth quarter. But I think for me, I'm sure the answer might be the same for you. But for me, the thing that was helping me wake up is a feisty little Puerto Rican New Yorker by the name of Jose Alvarado, aka GT Grand Theft Alvarado. We were talking about games.
Bro,
there were 2 games in this one, and one of them was Jose Alvarado, man.
When I tell you, and I just found this out yesterday, I had no idea. And this is why a whole boatload of credit goes to Mike Brown, because it's like you're down nearly 30, but you still keep finding what's the combination, what's the different lineup I can use, what can I put together to start getting us back in this. I had no idea. Alvarado and Brunson had never shared the court together in game action. Yes, they had never been on the court together.
Like at all, period, or just in the playoffs?
Not like at all. Not in any game action whatsoever.
What?
It's the first time they were in together in a game.
Okay.
And it's like you would have never known by watching the two of them together. Like, that's blowing my mind.
The chemistry was crazy.
Exactly. I'm like, what? I was watching the shows the next day. They're like, yeah, they've never been on the court together. I'm like, what do you mean? that boy was seamless.
For real.
What?
I mean, I can understand why you'd be hesitant to even try that. You know, 2 small guards that aren't the best defensively. Like you would think they're getting picked apart on the perimeter. However, the thing that I think the positives outweigh the negative in the sense that we talked about how Game 3 was decided. They forced Brunson to do everything. By the time he got to the fourth, he was just exhausted. He was gone.
Yeah.
They overworked that man. They might as well had Tom Thibodeau coaching because that's what it felt like. And honestly, that's why the Tom Thibodeau teams didn't make it that far, because this is an adjustment that Tom Thibodeau would not have made. You would not have seen a Jose Alvarado play in the NBA Finals unless they were down by 30 and he emptied the bench.
Listen, we saw it last year. Because like Indiana, them boys run relay races, okay?
Yes.
And their bench keeps the same type of pace. So if you are not utilizing your bench against a team like that, you're not gonna get there.
Yeah.
And we know they had already run these guys into the ground because once he got his core, about 5-6 guys that he knows he can rely on, that's who you're going with. And you're not getting the bench integrated enough. And that's what happened. They ran out of gas.
Exactly.
So it's like, thank God this is not a Tom Thibodeau coach team.
Yeah, for sure.
Standing a chance.
So Mike Brown made the adjustments. That he found that button, that lever that he could pull, and he's like, Jose Alvarado, because the only one that was able to help ease the offense, the playmaking responsibilities on Brunson was Josh Hart. And then aside from Hart, Jose Alvarado coming in there was allowing him to like give Brunson a spell to rest, to not have to bring the ball up the court, play a little off ball. And as we saw with Brunson in his days in Dallas with Luka, he's perfectly effective off the ball as well as on the ball. Him getting the ball on the catch, going downhill to the basket is very dangerous for a defense. And Jose Alvarado not only allowed Brunson to do that, he hit timely shots. That three that he hit at the top of the key or more towards the left side of the court. Oh my God. Money. He also hit, I think, another corner three where like it bounced and like rolled and they went in.
Yes.
And the most impressive one to me is that when he's attacking offensively, he's in the paint. Wemby has the back towards the basket. He's able to fake Wemby, even though Wemby's not the one guarding him, and gets him on his back, and then gets the layup and gets it off the glass. So those are just three shots that I can think of. I can't actually recall Alvarado's actual box score stats, but this was the Jose Alvarado game as well. He helped them. Between him and Brunson, helped them. And the other man, shout out to Wallet Media, shout out to the Toronto Raptors, shout out to Canada. Oh, Canada, OG Anunoby, man. God damn. Hey, was he hitting crucial three after one, after another, getting good defensive stops, man.
And the thing is like you can look to OG to get you a good couple, but it's like something about this game. It's like, Brunson, like I said, the superstar sees that it's not getting together. Mm-hmm. They're gonna take it over. But it's like, I don't know. OG just looked at Jalen, I guess, and was like, hey, listen, you doing your thing, but you're not alone, bro. Like, I'm carrying some of this weight with you. And it's like the switch got flipped, and my God.
Yeah.
Before we even got to the end, it was just like, okay, he's hitting out here, he's hitting out there. Oh, let's go. We got this motion going now. You know what I'm saying? Like this was special by both of them, man.
He finished the game with 33 points, second only to Jalen Brunson, who had 36.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson also hit that tough right side of the corner three with Wemby closing out on him. The thing that we were talking about where like they're making Wemby work, we were talking about how he played 40 minutes in game 2 and he couldn't rest. He played 44 minutes in game 4.
See what I'm saying? Again, hope they don't change it, but you can't do it with this kid.
Here's the thing. Unless you go super small with Julian Champagnie and Vassell and the 3 guards, I don't trust Luke Cornett to be able to like not get played off the court, unfortunately. Like he was the hero like one of the heroes of that OKC series, but
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately in this specific series, he's getting played off the court. You can't play him.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen. And the thing that I noticed where I knew Wemby was like out of it because there were possessions like towards the end of that fourth quarter where there's like 17 seconds on the shot clock and he's barely making it across half court.
He's tired. He's
He's
burnt,
gassed. He's
man.
tired. And then they keep moving the ball around, New York does, and cross court as well. And
Yep.
I think it was Jose Alvarado that made that drive to the basket, kicked it out to OG Anunoby at the corner. And you could just see it. It was like this body language from Wemby, where Victor Wembanyama is like, and then he's like running, but like it's almost like a lackadaisical, less than 100% effort to close out, and it's more like I'm tall. Hopefully he misses, and it wasn't a full contest. It wasn't a full.
Oh yeah,
closeout.
you saw that multiple times where it's like, okay, somebody going to the rack, Wemby's right there. That should be going into the stratosphere, and he's just not getting it. But it's like he can't no more. They played a 7-game series with OKC, and I don't think he hasn't played less than 38 minutes in this series. So it's like, listen, that he can't. Like I'm sorry, like
He's not able to, and unfortunately,
but come on now.
listen, you should. I get it. He's young. You know these guys are young. These are young cats out there. But they need their rest. And here's the thing: you have to also take into account they had a tough, grueling 7-game series with very little turnaround. I think they had like maybe 2 days of rest. No, 3 days of rest, maybe if that between series. New York had over a week. I think they had like 8 days off before they went to the finals, preparing for either OKC or San Antonio. You know, and it's like, and that takes a toll on you. And these games, you can see that by the time the fourth quarter rolls around, they're gassed. And you saw that in this game. We saw a 29-point lead going to in all these games. They get off to a hot start. And then as soon as the pressure is on, as soon as things start going south a little bit, not going their way, you can see the inexperience. They're now their confidence is down. Now they're missing shots. In the fourth quarter, the reason why I felt like they couldn't beat the OKC Thunder is because you want to give the ball to Wemby and have him be your main guy, but no one on the Spurs is like stepping up to be that guy. Is like, give me the ball, get out of my way.
And you know something? To me, that's an indictment on De'Aaron Fox. Because out of this whole young core of guys, he's the vet. He's almost 30. I think he's like 28. Like,
yeah.
You gotta, and you're the point guard.
Yeah.
You gotta be the person. I know they don't have, again, like if y'all would have, I would have made the investment to keep CP on the roster. But like, if you have a guy like that, a floor general, like he's gonna be the one when the run is starting with the Knicks. It's like, yo, listen, we still have the lead. We are controlling this game. Y'all need to settle down. You know what I'm saying? You talk to Wemby, this is what I need you to do right over here. You talk to Vassell, that's what I need you over here. Like you take command of that. He's not doing that.
You saw that from Cat in that final closeout sequence to guard the inbounds pass. Yeah. He was directing Mitchell Robinson. I was like, be right here, do this, do that, do X, Y, and Z. And honestly, that's the thing that they're missing. Yes, you have guys on the bench like a Harrison Barnes, guys like a Mason Plumlee, and like you have De'Aaron Fox. Unfortunately, your veteran's never been there. He's never made it out of the first round, I don't think, prior to this.
Nope.
Yeah. So like all his success has been with the Spurs, unfortunately. So and that's kind of like the detriment to like De'Aaron Fox. Nothing to De'Aaron Fox, but he should not be the guy that you give the ball to hit that clutch bucket. He's just not. He's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be Wemby. Wemby just can't do that at this point at this stage in his career. He's not able to do that. So going back to this game, you kind of see that the Knicks never give up, and that's the thing that I like about this specific team. I love these players; they never give up. Jalen Brunson specifically, you could be down 50, and he's like, "I'm gonna win."
Yeah,
We're gonna find out. We're gonna fucking get there. And they
figure it
got
out.
there. They figured it out. There was a point though. Like I know everybody's giving flag to De'Aaron Fox because with 12 seconds to go, you have the ball in transition. You can just hold the ball, pull it back out, run out the clock. You get fouled, hit 2 free throws. We might be talking about a completely different outcome. We might be talking about how this is a 3-game series. Yes, you could say that he made a mistake. He did make a mistake.
Yeah,
But De'Aaron Fox is quick. He probably, like he said it himself. I just thought he wasn't. I didn't think he was going to be able to catch me. I didn't think De'Aaron Fox. There's very little people in the NBA that are quick enough to catch De'Aaron Fox.
exactly. That's why, like, I didn't agree with everybody that was so hard on him. Like, listen, he thought he was safe. Like, that's all.
He
like,
thought
yeah,
he
okay.
was.
And trying to compare it to what Jr. did in Game 1 against the Warriors, I'm like, this is not even in the same stratosphere, bro.
Right.
Like, it's really not.
And unfortunately, what sucks is that they're pulling up a similar footage of Ginobili like running out the clock, how Fox should have done against the Pistons in the 05 finals. And there's like Ginobili did that. That's what Fox should have done. And like they put the side by sides. I was like, oh man, y'all dogging on him too hard. But
like
granted,
it's a mistake, but it's not to pile on. You only do pile on him about it.
However, we would not have been talking about that even if that didn't happen. If the Spurs were to come out of this, the one guy that would have been getting the flag would have been Josh Hart, because he had a similar situation. They were down by 1 point. He's attacking the basket wide open, and he jagged it. He was undecisive. He didn't know if he wanted to dunk it or lay it up, and he goes up for a dunk and then just like releases it, completely rims out.
Oh.
Had the Knicks lost, I think Josh Hart is getting the flag instead of De'Aaron Fox.
I swear I almost threw my phone. Because I'm like, bro, why are you being soft with it? Like, just jam that shit down. Come on. This is not the time.
Or, just bank it. Go off the glass.
Yeah.
Do something, right? So, that's kind of what I was like, if they lose, they lost because of this.
Ugh.
But, fortunately, that was not the case. We go ahead and we get into position because going back to that De'Aaron Fox drive to the basket, gets blocked from behind from OG Anunoby. They're able to call timeouts, give the ball to Brunson. Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox double Brunson. He said, fuck it. Pulls it with like 5 seconds left on the clock. Pulls that bitch from 3. That shit hits the top of the rim. Goes off. OG Anunoby making probably the biggest, clutchest tip-in NBA history. Taps that bitch to go in with like a minute and a buck left on the clock. Gives the Knicks the lead, and everyone is losing their shit, including Olivia Benson. That was courtside.
Yes. It was like the sky opened up and the Lord himself just reached his hand down and said, y'all are okay. It's going to be okay.
You know how you were describing what the Spurs needed, and that could have been CP if they just retained him?
Oh, for sure.
That's who OG was in this final game, in these final moments. Like, he's like, we're not losing. I'm not letting us lose.
Yes.
Like,
oh my God, that man. Yeah, I tell you, he's a made man in the city.
Yeah,
he's a made man.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of babies.
Yes,
with OG as a name.
100%.
Oh no man, Javon knew from the jump. He was young OG for a reason. He was an OG fan.
Mm-hmm. No question.
So Spurs get the ball. They call timeout. They're inbounding it at the half court. They have like a minute and a buck left on the shot clock. Karl-Anthony Towns guarding the inbound pass. You still have Mitchell Robinson on the court. You have Josh Hart, and I believe OG Anunoby as well. I'm trying to think who else was. I think maybe it might have been Alvarado. I think it was Bridges that was on the court with them. It was the fifth man.
Probably.
I can't recall. I didn't realize this until after the game where I saw replays. Karl Anthony Towns actually tipped Dylan Harper's inbound pass and just altered where it was going to go. He actually got a fingertip on the pass. Dylan Harper's able to inbound it to Stephon Castle. Stephon goes up, but to me personally, it didn't feel like he was actually going for the shot. It kind of looked like he was like foul baiting.
Yeah.
And for all the kids at home that are learning the game of basketball and we're picking up tips and watching a lot of OKC and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander film, watch the Stephon Castle play. Like who was it? Was it OG or was it Josh Hart? I think it was Josh Hart, right? That was guarding that inbound. That was guarding the final shot.
Might have been Josh.
I think it was Josh, right? Stayed vertical, did not move, just contested.
Yep.
Did the best he could without fouling. It was enough. He got the ball at the end as well. Knicks go up 3-1. Now, as we said at the top, one game away from an NBA championship. Let's knock on some wood.
Yeah.
Let's all fork over Zell, Danhausen, some real human monies.
Oh yeah, back to Brinkstruck up.
Yeah. And pray to fucking God that Donald Trump doesn't show up again.
No,
stay away. We could be looking at a New York Knicks championship. Going into game 5, my thought is I want them to win in 6 so they can win it at the Garden, because after 53-year drought, God damn it, does the fan base not deserve to do this at home?
They do.
However, I say come back to New York as champions. Do not put yourself in a situation where you become the second team to drop a 3-1 series lead. You know, don't let Wemby go into Bron mode.
No,
do not let them do that, please, because you will sorely regret it.
Because, like, listen, it would be incredible to watch them do it in the Garden, but it doesn't need to come to that. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, to hell with that. Go get it done. Honestly.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Going into game 5, what are you looking for from the Knicks? What do they have to continue to do, or what do they have to adjust to secure a victory in San Antonio?
We have to start fast. Like, do not put yourself behind the 8 ball in that first half again. Like, I can tell if they are ready to close this and hold that championship up by the way they start. That's got to happen. I need to see more from Mikal Bridges. Like, this 2 points, 7 points. Like, again, we're not asking for like a 30-point game, but you got to get more into the flow. I got to see more of that. Like, they have they typically win when Mikal is flowing better and he's contributing more. You know what I'm saying? Got to get some more of that Alvarado in the mix, because clearly, because they've never been on the court together, you don't have film to watch on this other than the last game.
Right.
So listen, get him in the mix as much as you can, and you gotta wear Wemby down.
Yeah.
Because listen, I don't care what, you get the weekend to rest, you get a couple days. The guy, his battery is on like 5%.
Yeah.
By the time we get to that fourth quarter, like 44 minutes in this game, 40 minutes a game before that, like, when we get into, and they say in fights in the championship rounds, 4th and 5th, like, it's gonna start to hurt. It's gonna start to check engine light is coming on. Like,
check engine light is on. Is crazy.
It's the truth. Like, listen, and you hear the experts say it all the time. Like, there's like less than a handful of people who, the superstars who in year one came in and got it done. Like for majority of the guys, they have to go through the growing pains. They have to feel that, that sting of defeat in the high moments for them to develop and to take it to the next level and start taking over. This is going to be that moment for him. But like, it's still early. He's 22 years old. He's going to go through this stuff. But it's just, you have to, if you can just burn him out as fast as possible. I know it's going to take a while, but you get him burnt out, you're going to be in good shape going forward. You know what I'm saying? Like Stephon Castle is someone you got to keep contained as well. But listen,
well, Stephon Castle, you just got to help ease the defensive pressure on Brunson because he's becoming the primary defender on Brunson. Yeah. Offensively, I'm not too worried about Stephon Castle. I'd be worried if they decide, you know what, De'Aaron Fox, let me sit you down, Dylan Harper. Because here's the thing. You're talking about Mikal Bridges when he plays well, like the Knicks win. I think when they decide to just like get Dylan Harper in the game in the closing moments, they win. They're in that moment. The reason they won Game 3, shout out to Stephon Castle. But he got into foul trouble, so they were forced to go Fox, Harper at the perimeter. And I get it. Like there's still things that De'Aaron Fox still gives you offensively. And obviously, he's the all-star guy. He's the veteran. He's the one that's getting paid the big money. However, if I'm the Spurs, I think if I can't play all three guys if I can't find the lineup, a combination where I can keep all three guys on the court, you're fighting for your NBA life here. I'm sorry, De'Aaron Fox, you're sitting. Dylan Harper is the best perimeter offensive player that they have. That's the most consistent, and he's a rookie. Like imagine how good you have your dynamic duo right there, and Dylan Harper and Wemby, and then Stephon Castle is going to be that Draymond level, like defensive guy. Maybe he steps up offensively as the years go around, but you need to get rid of that. That's where I'm going with.
Mm-hmm. And mind you, I hope they don't do it, but they absolutely the kid's got the hot hand. Like I don't understand how as a coach you don't see that and say, hey, let's just ride with this.
I think that's inexperience. I think that's inexperience as a head coach.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. You're so inexperienced, you're afraid to take those risks like Mike Brown did by putting in Jose Alvarado in the game. You're just like, oh, well, I can't. I like he's our veteran guy. He's our best. He's one of our best players. We have to play him. Like, and that's the thing that just grinds my gears about coaches. Like, I'm sorry. It's not about name value. It's about who's giving you the best on the court in that game at that moment. And Dylan Harper is that almost every single time. That's when I'm most afraid. When Dylan Harper's sitting down, I'm actually kind of chilling. They could be down by 10 points, but I'm like, Dylan Harper's not there. They're chilling. You know, they're going to eventually go on the droughts offensively, and they're not going to be able to find the bottom of the basket, and the rim's going to be closed for them. Dylan Harper's the one guy where I feel like give him the ball, and he might be able to get you a bucket here and there,
Like, to hell with this individualism shit. Y'all want to win the chip or not?
Yeah.
I don't care about your stats. I don't care about what your name value is. Your name value goes up tremendously when you can add NBA champion to it, period.
Agreed, man. So before we get out of here, we're a little bit over an hour now. That's fine. We've been having a great talk, and honestly, bro, like I mentioned off camera, I just been itching to get you to talk about the Knicks because I know you've been waiting to let this shit out.
Yeah, man, it's been a time. Oh, going through the motions. Of everything, the images of all of the ups and downs just keep flooding back as you go through this. You know what I'm saying? You got all your moments of false hope, your Jeremy Lins, your Mellows. You know what I'm saying? Even all the way back to Marbury and Spreewell. Oh man, it's like all this times you had false hope, and then the failures upon failures.
Mm-hmm.
Like all leading up to this right here. We just
and
one more game,
it's
man.
great to
Just one
see
more.
too. It's great to see too because you see like a lot of the OGs coming to the games. Like you see Marcus Camby up there, bro. Like I see Marcus Camby. You seen Latrell Sprewell in attendance. You see Melo's there. Shout out to Melo, man.
And they right behind the bench coaching these boys up, letting them know like, hey, I see you. Listen, I see it's a rebound for you right over there. Like, oh, okay.
I can't remember who the fuck was selling it at the end where like I think it was Stephon Castle that was called for out of bounds, which I can't remember which former player it was. That was like at by the baseline and stuff. It's like talking to the refs, like he's out. He's like signaling like if he's in the game. I'm trying to remember who the fuck it was, and I can't for the life of me recall who it was.
Yeah, man.
But you just love to see that. I'm rooting,
and I gotta say this too. Dolan, you need to make things right with Charles Oakley because if anybody deserves to be celebrating what's happening right now, it is him. So you got to make this right.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think it will happen because I don't fucking trust that man for a second.
Of course not.
But definitely, Charles Oakley definitely needs to be like it kind of sucks. Like I've seen people make the SpongeBob the SpongeBob meme where Squidward's looking out the window and seeing SpongeBob and Patrick running around.
Yeah,
that's how you got Charles Oakley. Come on, man.
It's foul. That's so foul.
Foul. Nasty work. Who do you think wins Game 5?
Ooh.
On the spot right now, based off what you've seen through 4 games and what you feel in your gut, who do you think walks away with Game
5? If I'm being totally honest, I'm gonna say the Knicks.
Okay.
Because ultimately, they're not winning at home. They haven't had home court advantage. Like this isn't one of them series where okay, we don't have an issue going on the road because we beat you on the road twice.
Yeah.
And even like in the last series, they didn't have as much of a major home court advantage too. So it's like that hurts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's a major problem. But also, it's like it reminded me so much of that game 1 with Cleveland, where I think I forget how that was a double-digit deficit they came back from in there. And it was a question of, the rest over rust that, maybe they got to them. They said, no, bump that. We finishing this out, close the game out, and they swept them. That does something to you mentally and emotionally. And you could tell it happened to Cleveland because they never recovered. I think when you have something like this happen, largest deficit in finals history overcame, it's like you can fight, but no competitor is going to admit this, especially an elite athlete. They're not going to admit this. That did something to them that they're not recovering from. It's just not.
Like, you could argue that might happen to the Spurs, and they're so young too that it might actually happen to them. So the pressure's on the Spurs to win Game 5. They're at home. They still have the advantage in terms of home courts.
Yeah,
they have to win this one. And then even if they win this one, then they have to go back to New York and win one there, and then they have to come back and win. They have to win 3 in a row, right?
Yeah, they're not at the point where they can do that yet.
Yeah, if this was a defeat similar to what happened in Game 1 or Game 2, even, I would say, I just made a mistake at the end with the pass to Stephon Castle. I fucked up there. Had I not done that, we would have won.
Yeah.
Them going up as big as they did and then blowing that lead at the end there and not able to execute offensively, and me seeing that they're not being able to execute offensively since the OKC series, that's been their Achilles heel, is when the game is close. Even though they get on their hot starts to start all of these games, the minute the Knicks get close, I don't trust the Spurs, and I'm I believe in the Knicks because of Brunson, because all the others. I think the New York Knicks are the deeper team. They have way more options. If I'm the Knicks, I try to wrap this shit up on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Fly back in by Monday as champions. Be welcome as conquering heroes for the city of New York. Hopefully it's not in shambles by the time they get there.
Oh my God.
And
I hope the city's still standing when you get back.
You mentioned it with Cleveland. That happened to them game 1, and they never recovered. Unfortunately for the Spurs, they're one game away from elimination, and if they let that happen to them, it's wraps. I, being the cautious, pessimistic man that I am, because I am a Bulls fan, I am a White Sox fan, I'm a Bears fan. I will say this game goes back to New York for game 6. And if it does, the pressure is on heavy for New York to win in front of their home crowd, to pull that out in New York. And I think with every victory, the momentum starts swinging over to San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm going to say...
I won't be mad if it goes back to the Garden. I don't want...
You won't feel good?
Yeah, it's like... Because you don't want to give them that momentum to go into... Because, again, we split the series in the Garden. You know what I'm saying? So it's like... And even with the rest, it's like after a certain point, you having a grueling series now, it's different. So you don't want to give them a gas pedal to step on. You know what I'm saying? They're young. Wear these kids down, because honestly, what it kind of looks like, they kind of looks like they're front runners.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they play well with the lead, but once it starts getting tight, you start overtaking them. It's like, oh, they don't know what to do. They're out of sorts. You got to take advantage of that. That's why I say we got to start fast, because you start fast. Now we're going to see what they do.
Yeah. I think if the New York Knicks start off hot from the jump, I think we could see the first actual full blowout to finish a game. We'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. I think you're correct there, Riq. I think the first couple minutes to start game 5 is going to determine the outcome of this game. If the Knicks start off hot, like you said, for the first time in this series, I think it's wraps right then and there. I think, given the way that they lost, I think the Spurs, unfortunately, I want to say it like this, because I think it berates them in a way that isn't justified, but to put it simply, they're just going to roll over and take it at that point.
This team is the future. Everyone been talking about OKC, you know what I'm saying, and them potentially being a dynasty. This team right here is the team to be feared in the West when this is all said and done, because one of the youngest cores you have, the young coach, you know what I'm saying, like Pop is still there. They are going to come out of this on demon time next season, and seasons beyond. So this is if the Knicks weren't on the other side, I would be rooting for this team.
Oh, I agree with you.
Yeah, that's the only thing. So like, what they take away from this is going to build something that's going to be scary to go against.
Yeah. My official prediction is going to be that I think San Antonio pulls out game 5, just because I am a pessimist. And I also don't want to be greedy. I don't want to be greedy. Yeah. I was like, let me not be greedy. like I said, I'm rooting for the players. I'm rooting for Brunson. I'm rooting for Cat. And I'm mostly rooting because of you, man. Like if I can't win, I want one of my homies to win. I want one of my guys to come up. If I can't come up, I want the cafeteria to come up. So shout out to the cafeteria. Shout out to Young Kings Wrestling. Right. Shout out to Riq. New York needs this.
You do.
So we'll see.
I initially said Knicks in 6 when it first got there.
I also said Knicks in 6.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know for a fact we go back to the Garden with the championship game. You can't There's no
Yeah.
way. I would
No,
never
no.
in a million years bet against it.
It's like Paul Heyman said, those NBA writers are great because this is a storybook
Right.
storyline right here. This
Hey,
is, as Roman would say, this is cinema.
it is.
This is
It is.
cinema.
I
Listen,
love it.
you heard it here. The 606 says Nixon 6. There we go. There you go.
I won't
But
be mad.
I won't be mad with the 5. Well, I won't
Yeah,
be mad with the 5. Riq,
indeed.
this has been fun. We're gonna wrap this up, man. Let everyone know where they can follow you, where they can follow Young Kings Wrestling, the Havok Hour. If they ever want to step foot on the Palace, remind everyone what the new the schedule is and what the new format is, because there's been some changes. You were talking about me changing some things around. You guys been doing some sprucing around the Palace yourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. First off, you can find me at Riq Havok 24 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you want to check out the Havok Hour, where we talk sports and entertainment, you go to my Linktree / Riq Havok for all the links to the platforms it's on as well. I got to bring that back, especially if we get a championship and
that's gotta be the
here.
first game back, the first episode back.
Yeah, that's gonna be one. That's gonna be one. And of course, you follow Young Kings Wrestling. You go to ykwrestling.com. You will find all the links to everything: the socials, the episodes, platforms, our merch store. You know what I'm saying? Check it all out. And yeah, like you said, we adjusted a little bit of things. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Really trying to get into some different content. So we've been doing a lot of throwbacks lately.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Going reviewing some old stuff that we hadn't talked about on the pod before. But we just we expanded a little bit out. You know what I'm saying? We're kind of getting to this algorithm. I've been busy with interviews and stuff like that. We're gonna trying to get a lot more of that going on. We're branching out. We're branching out.
Yeah. And if you haven't already, you got to get that iconic Black Lives Matter NWO style tee. They have a bunch of different versions. I'm probably one of the one of my favorite places to shop is at Young Kings Wrestling Shop. I'll be picking up merch left and right. So go support the homies. Go support the Cav. Go support them. Good people, great content. Check them out. As for me, obviously, we're part of Wallet Media now, so go ahead and check out Wallet Media. They're doing their World Cup coverage on the Wallet Media channels. So they did their predictions for the World Cup. Check that out. Kyle Turner, Rylan Turner, Kyle Joseph. I just fused them together. I gave him a weird tag team name. Yeah, Rylan Turner, Kyle Joseph.
2-0 right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Let's go.
Yeah. Kudos to them. Check out the show everywhere, on the socials, on the audio, on YouTube at 606 Universe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on the little bell notice so you know when we go live, because we will be going live in a couple days. By the time you guys are watching this, in less than 10 days or so, NBA Draft Live Watch Along right here on the YouTube, both on Wallet Media and the 606 YouTube channels. We will be going live, Bosch and myself, from the start of the draft until the end of the first round, because thank God we don't have to do both on the same night now, where we separate them. It's like WrestleMania. You got night 1, night 2, but night 2 is the second round, which people don't care about as much. So we'll be here. Right. Come hang out with us in the chat while we see what happens to my Bulls with the 4th pick and the 15th pick. Will they trade up? Will they pick up someone else? We'll be here, and we'll have guests. I'm going to be dropping the links to the chat, so all the homies that want to come and hang out and watch, it's going to be on ABC, it's going to be on ESPN, so everybody can watch. Come hang out with us. June 22nd, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 Eastern. We'll be live on the YouTube reacting to the draft. So, with that being said, we'll catch you guys next week, where we're going to be talking some more NBA Finals. We're going to wrap it up. We might bring Riq back. We might be toasting, doing a few toasts, popping some bottles over here with Riq next week. We'll see. And then we're also going to dedicate a portion of next week's episode to talk about Stacey King, who tragically passed away recently. So condolences to the Stacey King family. We'll be talking about him more in depth. I didn't feel right doing an episode covering Stacey King and what he meant to us as Bulls fans without my fellow Bulls fan and my fellow brother in Basharat. So when Bosch is back, we'll be back and we'll be talking Bulls. And yeah. So with that being said, guys, catch you guys on the next one.